insurance in Roatan, Honduras. We do have insurance, whether it's your house, your car, your boat, whatever you want to insure. We do have insurance. We have several local carriers. We also have some international carriers as well. If you ever have any questions, my door is always open. Feel free to send me a message. My email is in the bio link, as is my phone number if you do have any questions. So homeowners insurance, it's going to be slightly different. And what's nice in Roatan is a lot of things are a la carte because we don't have like the minimum standards really, like sometimes you do in the United States, or you have to buy all of this insurance even though you're like, I only want to insure my roof. I only want to insure my cistern. Whatever you want to do, you do have a lot more options. So with those options, you get to pick a la carte. What do you want? What you don't like? So with the homeowners insurance, it is going to vary based on what kind of a home you have and the real rebuild costs. Your rates are going to drastically vary depending on if you use a local company, if you use more of an international, just a global company versus a local company, just like, well, probably wherever you're coming from. Homeowners insurances that I have seen are between $500 and $3,500 a year, but it really depends on what you have. Most, I'd say the average is around $1,000 to $1,500 a year, just depending on what you have. Concrete homes, larger homes, obviously homes on the water, those are going to come with higher premiums, which is, well, compared to Florida or most places in the world, our insurance premiums are very low. We don't have too many, knock on wood, we haven't really had many natural disasters to where there's home damage. We do live in an earthquake zone, so do keep in mind if you are getting insurance, earthquake insurance would be lovely. Flood, all of those things. But a lot of it goes into, well, where you build, a lot of those things can be prevented just by buying right. But in case you love your house and you want a house on the beach that's on a low-lying ground right next to a river, I'd probably try to get that insured if you can insure it. But keep in mind, we are Honduras, so we do have different rules from wherever you're coming from. But I'd expect around $1,500 a year, give or take, really depending on what type of home you have. Island-style wooden homes are going to be a lot cheaper than big, concrete, beautiful, modern houses that are right on the beach. So to each his own on that one, but still much cheaper relative to, wherever your home country is, especially if you are from North America or Europe. So with the cars, we also do have car insurance. It is not mandatory here, which is also nice, and you can pick and choose how much coverage you have. One of the reasons why I'm very pro insurance here and didn't have insurance on my vehicles for a very long time, but being a realtor, I am in the car all of the time, and what's nice is things are cheaper here. We don't have all the liability insurance and all of that, so labor is cheaper, parts are cheaper. And so to repair your car is much cheaper, probably a quarter the price that you would pay in North America, which is also nice. And so you pay for only what you need because we don't have minimum standards for many items. So you get to pay what you need. But a nice perk of having insurance, one, the cost for insurance, it is going to vary obviously depending on your vehicle, but it's going to be around 5,000 to 10,000 lempiras a year, which is around 200 to I'd say between $200 and $500 USD a year for your car. So now if you have a super special car, you have a Mercedes, something that's not super common, it is probably going to be a little bit more because your parts are more. But if you're driving a Ford Escape, that's one of the cars that I have just because the parts are so readily available. My insurance is 7,000 lemps a year, which is really super nice. And what's also nice about that is not only to help with repairs, even though repairs are cheap here, it's also if there is a collision, if there is an accident, that's going to be your first person to call because they are going to be fighting on your side to just kind of give a second educated opinion if you do end up filing a police report, where everything in Honduras is kind of optional. So do you do it? Do you not do it? Police reports do cost money. Is it worth it? So many different things. And what's nice is you have someone behind you fighting for you because they don't want to pay out. So it is nice that you do have a little bit extra protection there. It's not just the insurance. It's also you have someone to call if something does happen to your vehicle, and they're going to try to, well, defend you, which is also nice. So it's just an extra support system.